Chapter 13, Mishnah 5. The Mishnah deals with various types of metal needles, starting with the ordinary needle used for sewing. Such a needle can become tameh. If the eye or point of a sewing needle is removed, it is tahor because it can no longer be used for sewing. But if one designated the broken needle for stretching woven cloth, it can become tameh because a needle is fit for stretching out cloth even without its eye or point. Having discussed an ordinary sewing needle, the Mishnah turns its attention to a needle used by sack makers. Since sacks are made with thick, coarse cloth, a sack maker's needle is wider and thicker than an ordinary needle. If the eye of a needle used by sack makers was removed, the needle can still become tameh, because one can write with it. Although the needle is no longer fit for sewing sacks, it is wide enough for use as a writing tool. But if its point is removed, it is tahor, because without a point it cannot be used even for writing. The Mishnah deals with a third type of needle, one used for stretching woven cloth. A needle made for stretching cloth can become tameh either way, whether its eye or its point is both removed, because it can be used for stretching cloth without these parts. The Mishnah returns to the sewing needle. If a sewing needle became rusty, the law is that if the rust prevents the needle from being used for sewing, it is tahor because it is no longer usable. But if the rust does not prevent it from sewing, it remains able to become tameh since it can still be used. The Mishnah's next case is a certain type of small fork that has curved teeth. If the curved teeth of a small fork were straightened out, it is tahor because it is not usable in that state. But if one bent the teeth back to their curved position, it returns to its tuma. That is, if the fork was originally tameh and then lost its tuma when its teeth were straightened out, it becomes tameh again when the teeth are returned to their curved position.